Aloha, my beautiful dream weavers. I wanted to take a moment and welcome you here into the cybercoven. I'm so excited for so many wonderful souls that have found their way here to this wonderful space that we're creating here, especially for you if you are a little bit witchy, a little bit, or maybe a lot sensitive and an ADHDer and want to learn some tools or get some guidance on how to use that for yourself. So my name is May. I am your neurospicy cyber witch, and I want to support you with everything that I have learned. My path has taken me on a journey of self-discovery through shamanism first. That was like my base that I received, and from the very beginning on, my shamanic teacher taught me, I'm going to be your first teacher, but I'm not going to be your last one. So I was taught to keep an open mind for all the different wonderful tools and spiritual nuances that we have all over the place. And as we are all so many colorful humans on this planet, and it's like with our neurospiciness, right? It's a spectrum that has so many different ways to use and to connect. And that one was my beginning. I also learned a lot about energies because one of the first things that I learned about myself was that I am an empath, meaning extremely highly sensitive, feeling everything as if it was my own, not just, the energy of the room, but actually my own feelings, feeling the anger. And of course, as many, I was like, oh no, I'm feeling this way because of that person or because of that situation. But at the same time, I also felt like that couldn't be it. I couldn't imagine in this wonderful, beautiful world where, a divine universe force of God, goddess, however you want to call it, has created empaths to be suffering all these kinds of energies. For me, it was like, that's not, there has to be another way. And I'm very grateful for all the things that I learned, because I actually learned to do shiatsu massage. I dove into the traditional Chinese medicine a little bit to get to know the meridians that we have, qigong and a little bit of tai chi. I have to say I'm more of a qigong person. I also dabbled in yoga to, get to know that kind of energy work that we can use. And with all of that, in on that journey of so many little things that I learned, at one point I held the very first book about the Hawaiian philosophy in my hands. And I remember way back when, oh my God, it's so long ago, but I remember back then reading it and going like, oh my God, this speaks my soul's language. I feel like this is how I could be, but I don't know how to get there. I want to learn how to get there. And so that's, that journey took me there. I learned to do lomi lomi massage. I wanted to learn anything that came from that direction. Of course, it also started off with Huna philosophy that is, strongly connected to the Hawaiian philosophies in some way or another. And of course, the Ho'oponopono that some of you might even know. But of course, I dove even deeper in a way that I think it was 2019, I was able to do a live-in apprenticeship with my wonderful Kumu Mahalani on Big Island. And I had a 4-week very deep, very life-changing transformation with her, where I learned even more about this beautiful, beautiful philosophy and strategies and techniques and what I found for myself. And I remember talking about this with my teacher there, that, in the end, it's all the universal laws of energies. And it doesn't matter whether it's from there or somewhere else. It's universal energies, universal laws that we can all learn for ourselves. And yeah, so that has brought me here today, learning about ADHD for myself, finding out, this is something that I resonate with a lot, especially pre-spiritual path. When I see myself, especially nowadays that we know so many things about ADHD in women and how it shows early on and then later on, that it's a little bit different than in men or boys. And I realized that everything that I learned that helped me cope with my empathy has also actually helped me cope with my ADHD. And so now I'm here and I want to show you. I have been working as a coach for many years now. And in the past 2 years, I decided to start doing this in English. I might sometimes sound native, although I hope that all of you do here that I'm not native. I've had that because in Hawaii I've had, some people not believing that I'm not Hawaiian, and I know that this comes because of the mix that I have. I have a German father and a Chinese Ecuadorian mom. And English is sort of like my third mother tongue, mother language, but it's not officially, but I feel very comfortable in English. And that's why 2 years ago I decided to start, finding my wonderful people that I want to support, my wonderful dream weavers like you are in, yeah, with this. So I'm here hoping to be able to show you and create the space with you that will give you a place of belonging, of home, where you're not judged, where you can be you the way you are. And I hope that with everything that I will be able to give you in this, within this space, that it will help you, stand strong in your own divine, wonderful strength and power that you do have. With that said, thank you so much for being here. If you want to, let me know in the comments below who you are, where you're from, what brought you here, how, what you would like to see in this community. That's something I would love to know from your side so that I can make this an even better space for you. And yeah, with that said, stay tuned for some more that might come along the way. Enjoy the space, and whenever you need anything, let me know. I'll make an extra video where I'll introduce you to the platform itself. This platform that I'm using actually has its own app as well. So if you want to search for nas.io, or NAS, I think if you do NAS, if you search on it in whether it's your Apple app, no, what's it called? App Store, the Apple App Store, or Google Play Store, both should have the NAS app as well. And you just log in with the same email and address that you have. And that way you can have communications like this one directly to your phone. With that said, my beautiful soul, thank you for being here, for being part of this community. Looking forward to doing and creating some more wonderful things with you. Mahalo.